Hey guys, it's Pegmas here with part 2 of the Cat Tree TARDIS video. I'll put part 1 in the description, and somewhere in this video is a clickable link. So from the previous video we showed that this was the concept drawing with the dimensions built in. So now we're going to go ahead and get an assembly started. So we're just going to go ahead and start at the base. It is. And we're going to do File, make Assembly from Part. And we're going to go ahead and pin this. We'll get base, we'll hit the green check mark, so that'll put it at the origin without having to try to find the origin. We're going to grab base 2 and put it in. And let's get the two sides put in, just anywhere in the drawing space. And we'll just hit the green check mark. So we're going to hit the F to do a full screen view. Now in order to put pieces together, you hit the mate button here. There's different ways to do it. You can mate by faces, you can mate by lines, edges, which are also faces, I guess. But you can also mate to the planes. And in this case, I'm going to mate the planes of the bases together. So we're going to extend base 1 and base 2. We're going to, one moment. We're going to mate the front plane of base 2 with the front plane of base 1. We're going to mate the right plane of both bodies, sorry. And we're going to hit the green check mark. And then we will mate the face of the bottom to the face of the top. And that'll put them level with each other. And we'll hit the green check mark. And now we've got a mated part, which we can't rotate because it's centered to the origin, and that's alright. Next we are going to mate the sides together, and we'll mate them to this part here. So I'm going to first start by mating the bottoms so they're level with each other. So we're going to hit mate. Zoom in nice and close. We're going to hit the two faces. They'll mate together. Then we will hit the F for full screen and rotate this into some fashion where it looks a little bit easier to see. Alright, we're going to mate this face to this face here. We're going to mate that to this face. So now they're together that way. I'm going to minimize this base 2 and get the extension for the sides. So let's mate the front plane to the front plane, the front plane to the other front plane. Good. And then we'll want to mate the face here to this face here, so it's up to that level. We're going to hit the green check mark twice, press F for full screen, and then we're going to take this and drag to see if it moves, and it doesn't, which means it's fully mated, and the components won't move at all, and that's good. Next we will hit Insert Components, get the back, and just place it in the space. And we'll just mate some more faces to surfaces. So we're going to do this face to this one here. We're going to mate that face to here. And then we'll mate this face to that one. And that should be fully defined, so we're going to go ahead and try to move it. And we can't, so that's good. I'm going to hit Control 7 to make it isometric. And we'll note that I made it to the wrong faces. So let's go ahead and minimize. It's one of the hassles of working in a 3D space. It's kind of difficult to sometimes remember where you are. So if you hit this mates button, you can see where each of the different mates are, and they'll be highlighted together. So we know it's one of the more recent ones. So let's see. Bottom to top of base, side to that side. So to coincident 10 appears to be the one we got wrong. So let's go ahead and edit feature. I'm going to take, let's see which one of these faces did we mess up. Let's go ahead and just delete both. Alright, so I'm going to make this face this one instead. Then hit the green check mark. Now hit Control 7. There we go. So that's just one of the hassles of working in SolidWorks. Sometimes you get a little bit confused, and that's fine. That's why we can fix them in the... I don't actually remember what this is called. I'll look it up and put it into the video manually. Alright, so now let's go ahead and add the shelves. We're going to hit Insert Component. We'll hit the pin, which allows us to do multiple of whichever one we want. Click Shelf, and we'll just put 3 into the work zone. Hit the green check mark. Now, one of the things that's handy about SolidWorks is that you can, when you mate components, you can actually specify how far they are away from each other. So first we're going to just mate the faces here to the back of the TARDIS. So we're going to hit Mate. We'll mate them all to each other since they should all be in the same level. So we'll hit check, and then mate this to that one. Hit check, and we'll hit F to get the full screen. Right now they're all lined up that way. Let's go ahead and hit Z so we get a front view, and F so we get a bigger screen. And let's go ahead and start working on mating them to the sides. So we're going to put, I think, this one here somewhere, and these two like here and here. So let's go ahead and turn it a little bit. Zoom in, mate. Well, actually just faces next to each other because it doesn't almost really matter. Those two are mated to each other's aspect, and there. And the last one we need is face to the back. Okay. Now then, lose my voice it seems. Now then, we're going to go ahead and we can just drag this up and down. Just kind of get a rough estimate of where we want things. And those are fairly wide, but they don't go out too far, so I think that'll be okay for a cat. I'm not exactly an expert here. Now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to mate two surfaces and specify a distance between them. So press mate, and we're going to delete that since apparently I clicked an edge at some point. We're going to mate this surface, this one, and then we're going to hit this button here, and this will say how far away we want it. So if we do, let's say 15 inches, it'll move up to 15 inches away. Now we've got a 3-month-old kitten, so I don't know if that's too far, so we're going to go ahead and just do 10 inches. And hit the green check mark. Then we will click the top of this to the bottom of that. And we're going to make that 10 inches also. And then we'll click here and here. And we'll do another 10 inches. And if, if this seems like you would need 5 shelves, you can, spread them out a bit. I'll actually do 12 inches for each and see how that looks. Let's see, 14 maybe? Okay, we go back to the mates. I'm going to edit feature. Do forges. And edit feature 14 inches. And actually right here you can put a little cat tube. I have no idea what they're called. They're cylinders, and they're tube shapes and cats go in them. So I'm going to call them a cat tube. Alright, that's most of that set up. Then we're going to go ahead and add the top in the frame. And that'll be it. Obviously you can make doors. I think I'll just go ahead and switch back to the previous thing and make a couple of doors, which I'll take care of pretty quick here. So insert components, top. We'll hit pin so we can get the other thing we want. And frame. Alright, same thing as the previous time. We're going to go ahead and hit mate. And extend this out. We're going to extend out the top and the frame. And mate the right plane of each to each other. And the front plane of each to each other. Then we'll hit control and the middle mouse click and drag so we can just drag instead of rotate. We'll mate that surface to this surface. Hit F for full screen. Then we'll mate this surface to this surface. And we'll miniframe and extend regular base. And we will mate front planes together and right planes together. Hit Control 7. And there you have it. Minus the doors, which we will add, you've got your TARDIS cat tree. So let's go ahead and just real quick make a new part for the door. We'll hit Control Tab to view the concept drawing, and it's 11 by 57. So front plane, sketch, center rectangle, smart dimension, 57, 11, extrude boss base, 0.25 from the mid plane. Control S to save. We'll call it the door. We'll replace that file. We'll go back to the assembly. Go to insert components. We'll pin it. We'll go door. We'll put 2 in the field. And then we will begin mating. So we're going to mate this line to this line here. Mate this line to that line here. And we'll mate those two together so they're even. My doors seem to be overlapping. I wonder if I messed up something somewhere. Yes, I know what the problem is. I mated the wrong areas. But we can easily fix that. We can either change the mating to be out here, or we can change the dimensions of the doors. So if we know that the point from here to here is 21 inches, we would just divide that in half, and that would be the width of each door. So let's go ahead and hit Control Tab to the door. We'll edit the sketch. We'll click that dimension. And instead of trying to divide, 21 divided by 2 and then try to figure out that math, the quickest way to do it is at just 21/2, and that'll do it for you. And I know it's simple math, but for the more complex equations, you can just do the division or the asterisk to multiply. That's just the quicker way to do certain things. And yes, we'll edit that. Hit full screen, hit Control 7, and now our door is open. And that's it. That's a simple cat tree in the shape of a TARDIS. I might actually go around to building this, although my woodworking skills are not very good. I think I might be able to get this one done. Thanks for watching, guys. I apologize for the length of time between these videos. If you've got any questions or comments or want to see more, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. If you like these videos, hit the like button and subscribe to let me know I'm still doing a good job, and I'll keep working on videos. And thanks for watching.